better, make her feel better.
On today's episode of restoring my abandoned Nissan Skyline, we're going to be focusing on my engine that's right here behind me. A few episodes ago, we went ahead and pulled the motor, and we did find there was a dowel pin, I believe, and this guy right here, using the camera to see. Oh.
What?
Holy crap.
Bunch at the dowel.
Which was all dented and bent, which means it might have made contact inside of the head. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully everything is okay. I did find out there is some random goodies on this thing. There's a Gretty Trust oil sandwich plate. That's kind of cool. The turbo, which I've already removed and taken off. Turbo, I believe, actually comes from a Mitsubishi. I'm not entirely sure. It's a TD05H. I don't know anything about it, but I found out that it is not the OEM turbo, so that's kind of cool. With all that being said, our main focus is going to be on this guy. It is rusty, dusty, musty, and crusty, and I want to make it not that, so we need to clean it up, and then we're going to pull the side skirts off of that car and test fit them on this car. The engine is all nice and clean, it's going to be a lot easier to take all the parts off and put the new parts on. After I finished spraying everything off, I noticed that the head right here is really clean. It's really shiny, which leads me to believe that this might actually be a new head. I'm not entirely sure. All the bolts are still zinc coated, and for an engine that would be 25 years old, that does not make sense. Most things are going to be really rusted, really grimy, and they will not clean up this good. So the fact that it's still zinc coated leads me to believe that this engine was probably rebuilt at some point in its life, because again, look at how good that looks. It should not look that new, and maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but we'll find out more information once we start pulling everything off of here, because we're going to be swapping the RB26 covers onto this guy. But before I work on all of that and take all of this off, make it look all nice and pretty, I need to remove the side skirts from the car. So it's looking like these are Duraflex side skirts, which probably aren't the best, and as you can tell, they're not straight at all, and they're a little damaged. So we're going to do some repairs on this one, and this one actually has a hole that goes straight through the back of the side skirt. So this one is also damaged. It's even worse all right here. I don't know why it's that bad, but the fitment on this side was really bad, and the door would actually get stuck in the car. So that one we're gonna have to look at, but still, it's a cheap little side skirt. I don't want to spend over $1,000 for a brand new side skirt when I have these that will still work with the car. Now the only thing that I might do on this to customize it is there is a body line that starts right here and curves inwards and keeps going and then curves downwards. I'm thinking I might cut that body line and then build a flat spot right here that basically does the same thing as this piece. I might do that right where that body line is. And the only reason I'm saying it is because this is super flat. I'm not really huge on a flat side skirt. I kind of like the curves, and I like being able to see the body of the car or the body lines in the car, and this will just kind of hide it. It does make it look really low, but I don't think it's going to work with everything else that I have for the car. Before I decide to do that, I am going to test fit it. I am going to put the rear spats in the car and just see how everything looks overall. And if it looks good, then it's going to stay. If it looks horrible, then we're going to customize it. I'm not kidding when I say I've sat here for literally over 5 minutes just staring at the car, because it actually looks really good. My original plan of cutting the side skirt is not gonna happen anymore because everything actually fits where it should. That front lip on that bumper fits really well with this line here, and then that line follows through and fits really well with back there on the rear spat. So all of this looks really, really good. That's something that I was very concerned about and thought that it was just gonna look horrible and I would still have to spend the money to get proper side skirts, which I might do later on down the road, but this is kind of a budget build, so to speak, and my first ever real restoration project, really diving in this deep. So I'm trying to make it look as good as possible, as clean as possible with the materials I have, without spending 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 into this car, which I know that sounds ridiculous and is pretty much impossible to do when you're building cars, but I'm still just trying to have fun, learn everything I can by myself, and so far it's looking really, really good. I can't be happier with it. And now we can come back to the engine and test fit everything on it and see if it's a win, just like the side skirts were. Now when it comes to pulling apart an engine, I've never done this before. This is my very first time going this crazy, this far into an engine build, and my brother was actually supposed to help me with this and he was supposed to be here, but he's currently at work. So what I'm gonna do is just pull the manifold off. I know for a fact I can do that. I've done that before in my life. And then I can pull the intake manifold off because I do have an exhaust manifold for this side and an intake manifold for this side that I have had for over a year straight that it was originally gonna go on the white car, and I'm really excited to finally see what it's gonna look like on this engine here. Damn, that is a pretty big turbo. I mean, it looks small compared to the engine, but like it's pretty big compared to a hand. I think this is rated to about 800 horsepower. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm only going to be pushing roughly 400 to 450, so this should be more than enough turbo to make 400 horsepower on this little block. Again, it's an RB20. It's never going to hit anything past 450, otherwise the internals of these will just explode. But I mean, I think it's cool. I still don't know about the color, because color combo with this, the pink, which does look good, and the pink that's up there also looks good. But with the rest of the car, I just don't think that's gonna work. I don't know. So quick inspection on this side. Again, the head itself is looking really, really good. There is a lot of brown gunk in the coolant area, which this car was overheating at some point, so all the water is brown. You can get a good look of it here, and maybe if I pour more of it out, yeah, just a little bit more comes out. So I gotta figure out why it's so dirty, what happened there, and make sure that the bottom end is fine.
20 minutes later.
I think this is a massive win for the Skyline because everything is looking really, really good. It's bolting up properly. I'm not having any fitment issues whatsoever. It all looks amazing. It feels amazing. Quality actually looks legit. So I'm pretty happy with everything. As you can tell, I do have the pink valve covers just sitting on top of the original ones. That is going to change next time whenever I have my brother here to help me pull everything off and just go through it and make sure I have another set of eyes, because I don't want to damage anything if it's all really, really good. But this is kind of to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm really stoked with everything overall though. It looks so damn good, and it's just one step closer to getting this car finished completely. There's obviously a ton more that I'm gonna have to do to finish this car, but it is slowly coming together. The quarter panel is, I would say, 90% the way there. I still have some body work to have to fix and fill in. The side skirts, there's gonna be a lot of body work done there. Rear spats, they fit a lot better than I thought they would, honestly. The hood, I'm still having issues with. I don't know if I'm gonna swap the hood or still repair that one. I don't know, it's a huge challenge to try and repair that, and it's not really worth selling to anybody and trying to get some money back. I don't really feel good about the hood anymore. We'll still see, because I don't want to drop a whole lot of money on that. I'm not entirely sure yet. But everything overall is just, it's fitting really good, it's looking really good, and I feel like it's finally coming together. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I know there's probably a lot of talking, a lot of rambling, but there's also a lot of information going on with this build. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really, really helps out, and maybe at some point we can hit 11,000. That would be very nice, but I'm not too worried about it right now, just as long as you leave a like and a comment down below. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Stay awesome. Later.